A full moon in Scorpio, Tuesday, April 23rd at 4:48 p.m. on the West Coast in Los Angeles. So adjust to your time zone accordingly. The full moon in Scorpio is always one of the deepest, most emotional moons. Full moons in general bring a heightened sense of emotion. They bring culmination, they bring manifestation, they bring illumination. Ask anyone who works with the public, from bus drivers to emergency room workers to police officers. They know when the full moon is, because that is when, people, there's the most action. They are the busiest on those nights each month. And the Scorpio is one of the signs. It's where the moon is considered in its detriment, because the moon is exalted in Taurus, which opposes Scorpio on the zodiac. So the moon has a tough time in Scorpio because the moon has to do with our emotional landscape. And in Scorpio, the moon is ruled by Mars. Mars is the god of war. And so the Scorpio moon can be embattled emotionally. This year, so every year there's a full moon in Scorpio, but depending on what's going on with the rest of the planets, especially Mars, since Mars is Scorpio's ruler, that's going to tell you a lot, as well as the aspects. This Scorpio moon is square Pluto. And let me take this moment to say, if you don't understand all of the astrological jargon that I'm saying, you can still follow along. Just ignore the jargon and wait for the pieces of where I say what it means, and that's just as good. You don't have to understand the jargon. I say the astrological information for people who are students, who are learning more about it and want to know how I'm coming to the interpretations. But if that doesn't matter to you, just ignore that and just listen for the interpretations. Also, before I get into the full translation of the energies that work with this particular Scorpio full moon that we're going to see tomorrow, I want to say, if you're watching this on Instagram, please make sure that you're following me at astrology.tarot.eliannicole. Please hit the like button. Please leave a comment, even if it's just an emoji. Please share. I need help in the algorithm so I can continue to give these free astrological offerings. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Please comment. Please like. Please hit the notification bell so you know when I post a new video. So that was just a little housekeeping. Now I'm going to get back to the Scorpio full moon. So this Scorpio full moon is square Pluto, god of the underworld. And you may have watched, I just did a Sun square Pluto video. If you didn't watch it, you can go and get some information there as well. But basically, when the moon is full, that means it's opposing the sun. So the sun is in Taurus and the moon is in Scorpio. And so Pluto, who's at 2 degrees Aquarius, is forming a T-square with the sun and the moon, meaning that this brings up a lot of Plutonian issues. There are things rising from the depths to be dealt with. That might be our own emotions, that may be secrets that we've kept from ourselves, or secrets that others have kept from us. There can be power struggles, themes of domination, ruthlessness, facing fears of some kind, because Mars is in Pisces. So Scorpio is a water sign, but Scorpio's ruler Mars also happens to be in Pisces at this full moon right now. And so Mars is in a water sign, and Mars is coming up on the conjunction with Neptune. So there is a lot of watery energy. There is a flood of emotions coming through here, a flood of feeling. And, this is Mars conjoining with Neptune can bring up things like overdoses, suicides, spiritual warfare, and the moon is, the moon and the sun on the Taurus Scorpio axis. This is the axis of love and sex. This is the axis of money. Taurus is my money. Scorpio is our money. This is the axis of desire. This is the axis of possession. And the axis of the material world versus the unseen. Scorpio is the unseen. And so even though this can be an emotionally emboweled moon, it's also one of the most magical and alchemical moons. Scorpio really has to do with themes like sex and death and power and money and all of these very, kind of deep topics. So this is one of the deepest full moons of the year. The past couple of years, the eclipses have been on the Scorpio-Taurus axis. So we're out of that, which is, I guess, a relief to Scorpios. But this is still a very intense moon because of the T-square with Pluto, Hades, god of the underworld. In many ways, I think of this as an assassin's moon. I think of the phrase, revenge is a dish best served cold when I look at this alignment. What else do I see with this alignment? There are, again, threats to solar figures like, leaders, presidents, fathers, bosses, solar figures, are under siege at this particular full moon. And what else do I want to say about it? We're also in a period where Mercury has been retrograde for the past 3 weeks and is coming to a standstill. It's not going direct yet, but it is slowing down as we get to this Scorpio full moon. And let's see. And this moon is also conjunct Juno. No, it's not. Only in my chart, sorry. Scratch that. But so this moon is, about feeling things intensely. It's about deep emotions surfacing so that we can transmute the energy. It's about secrets being revealed. This can be a destructive full moon. It can be poisonous. Resentments can be coming out. Let's see what else. I think I talked about a lot of it already. It can be a very lustful full moon. Scorpio rules sex. I would just say check on your Scorpio friends. They may be feeling underwater. If you have any planets at 0 to 7 degrees Leo, this full moon is going to be forming a grand square with your chart, which can be feeling like an immovable set of problems, bringing together 4 different houses in your chart, so 4 different areas of your life. If you have any planets at 0 to 7 degrees of any of Taurus, Aquarius, or Scorpio, the T-square energy of this full moon is going to be very personal to you. And I don't know, that's just the brief synopsis. I'm going to close out here. Call me for a reading. You can contact me by on YouTube. The email to reach me to get on the calendar is there. On Instagram, go to my profile bio, hit the contact button underneath. Thank you for joining me. Have a great full moon. Talk to you soon. I look forward to reading for you.